Hey guys. Welcome back to the Kempire Daily YouTube channel. Let me know how you hear me. Just decided to go live and just play a little music before we begin. I was getting myself situated here. Let me know if you guys can hear me. I know I'm loud. Just decided to play a little funky music before we begin to get people into the room. Oh, we can hear it. Okay, can you hear me though? I want to get you guys in the room. I was just doing some backstage stuff. I'm live on TikTok. We're going to do a Real Housewives of Potomac conversation. Subscribers only. Chat is open today. Tomorrow we'll do our official recap here on the Kempire Daily YouTube channel with Layla Lynn TV and with the Grace Report. Excited for that conversation. That will be the official recap. We'll go from moment to moment. This is just going to be our conversation. Royal Court members, you already have the link to the backstage. Thank you, April. Sounds loud and clear. That is fantastic. What do you guys think of the music, though? Just wanted to get you guys started, get you pumped, because I needed this music to pump me up. Because to be honest with you, I was like, oh, why did I commit myself to going live? I'm so tired. It's been a long weekend. I went live earlier today to recap the Love and Marriage Huntsville. That was really, really fun. And here we are again. All right, let me take a sip of my moon water. We have already over 100 something people watching. Like this video if you haven't liked it. Once we get 100 likes, I'll post the call-in link for all of you to call in. As I said before, today our Real Housewives of Potomac conversation chat, live chat is for subscribers only. Last week it was for members only. This week it's for subscribers only. Next week, we shall see. Angelically, Angela says, no, sir, pull out your stored energy. I'm trying. All right, let's get to this. Enough music. I liked it, though. I liked it. Andrea said, turn it up. Uh-oh. Yes, Kempire. Wait, what? Mia, I can't. I can't. If y'all expect me to read tonight, turn it up, Kempire. First of all, you guys know the spiel. Drop your crowns in the chat. I'm playing the music again. Drop your crowns in the chat. And let me know where you're watching from. If you're a Royal Court member, we already posted the backstage link for you guys to have first dibs to getting on with me to talk about the Real Housewives of Potomac. It was an interesting episode. Potomac is coming out hard. I'm enjoying it so far. And next week looks even better. They're giving us a deeper dive into Mia Thornton this week. We found out that she was a stripper. She didn't just serve drinks. Okay. They had gowns, she said. I mean, everybody needs to come up. And she got hers. If anything, her being a stripper tells us that she was a hustler. And when I say hustler, meaning not like an actual, scammer or something, but meaning like she worked hard for the money. You know what I mean? Danielle's already backstage. She said, is that house music? Maybe. Uh-oh. Shantae says Wendy already disliked. She know I'm gonna read. I'm gonna read it too. We got a lot of things to talk about. Drop those crowns in chat and let me know where you're watching from. We're talking about the Real Housewives of Potomac. Tonight's episode, season 6, episode 3. Wow. Let's get into this conversation, y'all. I took some notes, but as I said before, tomorrow, I'm already on yesterday. Really? Tomorrow, we will be doing the full recap with my girl Layla Lynn TV and the Grace Report here on the channel at 1:30 p.m. Eastern. See, I need sleep. This is going to be a short live. I need sleep. I need to rest. You know what? I'll be honest with you guys. I didn't get a lot of rest last night. I don't know what. Maybe it's the moon. We had a full moon in Aquarius. I don't know if that's what it was. I didn't get a good amount of sleep. Farrah, I know it's so late over there, so let me get into this. Farrah, you made me feel bad, but no, I appreciate your support. I know it's late over there. Let's talk about this. Let's start from the top. First of all, let me see. because we could easily be at 100 likes already. We're almost at 100 likes. Once we're at 100 likes, I'm going to drop the call-in link to the backstage so you guys can voice your opinion on tonight's episode. So let's talk about this. At the top of the episode, we are greeted by Robyn, who I reported on at the top of this year had been fired. But then, of course, with Monique Samuels deciding not to come back, her job was saved. And all of us are looking at her like, why? Why another season with Robyn? And it seems as if Robyn being Giselle's lapdog, and I never love to use those terms, but Robyn lives up to it. She lives up to it, and she continues to live up to it in this episode. But at the beginning, and this is, and you know, we take mental health very seriously, but according to Robyn during her interview with the Breakfast Club a few weeks ago, she said it wasn't depression. I don't know what it could be for Robyn. She says it's the pandemic. Look, we all went through something. Well, not me. People went through things during the pandemic. The monotony, the not expecting it to last as long as it did. That's real. But I honestly believe that Robyn Dixon is using this as her storyline because, as I reported earlier this year, they told Robyn she needs to give us a storyline. Give us something. Get married or have a baby. You saw. Was it last week? Well, you saw previous weeks. Them talking about having a girl. I always wanted to have a girl. Oh, my God. I said, here we go. I couldn't even imagine them having a baby. Because I was like, no, they're not going to have any kids. Not to say that she can. She could. But that just didn't. Why would they, for TV, have a child? But, of course, she's like, I can't get married. It's a pandemic. She's going to blame every single thing on the pandemic. Every single thing. And not to say it's not real. The pandemic is still on, y'all. Wear a mask. Get vaccinated. Oh, my God. But Robyn. Why did you guys open this episode with Robyn? I was already annoyed. I was like, oh, Lord, Robyn's in the bed. And Juan, we love you. However, you're a terrible actor. Because even when he was talking about having a baby girl, we could see the smirk through his mask. And that's why he didn't take his mask off. Because he knew he wasn't a good actor. Joanna says, hold on. Her storyline seems so fake and forced. Because it is. Because it is. Oh, all right. So apparently, and look, I'm not judging anyone's parenting skills because I've seen it all. I have tons of nieces and nephews. Her waking up her kids like 5 minutes before they're supposed to get on their Zoom, school, whatever it may be. And I'm sure a lot of parents did that. What is wrong with Robyn? Juan's waking her up to wake the kids up. Juan, what are you doing? What are you doing? Why couldn't you wake the kids up? Oh, okay, because you're filming. You're going to tell. I always find it so funny when they're sleeping, but, cameras are there. Those cameras have been there. You've been up since who knows when. The girls who love you, I love Robyn. I didn't say I hated Robyn. I hate Robyn's storyline. I hate Robyn doesn't have an opinion of her own. I hate that she talks about loyalty. How about having loyalty to yourself and some self-respect? I'm sorry. I'm digressing. She says that she's burnt out. Look, that's real, but I think Robyn saw what was going on. She said, you know what? I'm going to use that as my storyline this season. That's what she said. I'm going to use this as my storyline this season, and I'm going to run with it. We're going to talk about having a baby. We're building a new house. Embezzled is doing extremely well. You saw in this episode, they're in the factory, and I've heard Embezzled did very, very well. We get to meet Askale. Askale's beautiful. Askale's bringing the fashions. She's going to show these Potomac girls how to dress. But she's Robyn's friend. Oh, Askale, I want to love you, but you're Robyn's friend. Oh, I hope she has a mind of her own. But the rumor on the street is that Askale is so great on the show is that she should have been a housewife. So don't be surprised if Askale next season takes Robyn's job. Oh, exactly, Michelle. Robyn's replacement. I already like her. How much has Robyn's had? I have no idea, but apparently it's doing well. I mean, she's on a major platform. Yolanda says Askale will learn not to come for the grand dame. I don't think Askale is even interested in doing that. I don't think she's even interested in doing that. She seems like she's very zen. Zen Wen. If Wendy don't get off this show, Wendy, you are proving that all of the tea and the bloggers, what people have said about you is true. That you were so desperate to be on this show that you did anything and everything to be here. And this season, you got some boobs and a butt. And I'm gay. But the boobs and the butt look good. The boobs and the butt look good. Now that I said something nice about Zen Wen, so unbearable. Her going to Karen for some business advice. I mean, I get why Robyn looks at her like, why are you backing up Karen? But now all of a sudden you're Karen's best friend. I'm okay with that. I'd much rather her be friends with Karen, but to go to Karen for business advice, Karen's grand dame is doing very well. It's doing very well. But I've seen a lot of people go on HSN, do very well. She's got new wigs, y'all. She's got a invisible installation, glueless installation. Y'all gonna have to explain that to me. I don't know what that is. Is that real? Is that magic? Okay. But we get more scenes from that lunch that Karen and Wendy had. And that's when she tells Karen, I want to start a business. And because the grand dame is a Taurus, my Taurus sister, shut up, okay? Be quiet. My Taurus sister, she gave her the same exact business advice I would give to anyone else. I'm telling you, I've had a very multifaceted years of work experience. People come to me, literally got a text earlier today asking some business advice. So people come to us Tauruses for stuff like this because they know that we know what we're talking about. Shut up. But what, despite what you want to believe about the grand dame and her, business acumen, everything she said to her, I was like, that's actually good advice. Like, who's your audience? Double your budget. I just need to smell the candle. Speaking of candles, first of all, before we do that, Cindy, thank you so much for the super chat. You know what's about to happen. Yes. All right. Y'all got me shimmying on YouTube. Really? I can't stand y'all. I say that lovingly. I say that lovingly. All right. If you guys could see my studio right now, under construction, but I'm excited to do the reveal. Who knows when the reveal will come? You'll see reveals. The reveal will come over time. You'll see a little bit here, a little bit there. You're already starting to see. This is not going to be the studio, y'all. This is not going to be the studio. All right, just an FYI. This will not be the studio. Again, thank you, Cindy, for the super chat. Appreciate you supporting the channel. I'm not sure if that was a super chat or super sticker because they don't show you here. We have over 300 people in the chat. Like this video if you haven't. Subscribe to the channel. Tonight is subscribers only chat, but tomorrow we will be doing a live chat with my girl Layla Lynn and the Grace Report. It's a weekly thing that we're doing on all of our channels, so subscribe to all of us so you don't miss out. Tomorrow it will be here on my channel, Kempire Daily, and we will be live at 1:30 p.m. Eastern. Don't forget to drop those crowns when you enter the room. All right. Are we at, hold on, let me just see where we at. Oh, we're already at 100, over 100 likes. Let me drop the call-in link. We already have our royal court members backstage. I love it. I love it. And shout out to all of our new members. If you're not a member of the channel, become a member. It's an easy and a really great way of supporting of all the things that we're doing. All the little, whistles and things that we're doing. This is where the money's going, y'all. This is where it's going. All right, let me just do this. Hold on, because I only have two hands. Da-da-da-da. Let's post the call-in link. TikTok, if you're wondering where I'm talking to, you have the behind-the-scenes look TikTok. We're talking about the Real Housewives of Potomac, but if you would like me to see your comments, head on over to one of our other platforms. We're live on Kempire Daily's YouTube channel. We're live on TheKempire and Kempire Daily on Facebook, and we're live on Twitter at TheKempire and Twitch. Yes. Michelle, Royal Court members have the link on the community tab on the Kempire Daily YouTube page. So go there and the link is there. Hold on one second. Let me just pin this. Let's pin it. Hold on. Lord have mercy. I don't know where things are going very fast. Hold on, y'all. If you're just joining us, we are recapping the Real Housewives of Potomac. Potomac is bringing it, y'all. Potomac is bringing it. Karen and Giselle did not do any sort of back and forth this episode, which I was okay with. They made little snide remarks about each other in their confessionals, but they didn't have any blow to blow. The big blow to blow, I don't know what that is, was between Wen and Mia. We'll get to that because Mia's sharing more about her life. But before we get to that, Giselle and Ashley meet up, blah, blah, blah. We'll do the actual recap tomorrow. I want to talk about the areas that I really want to talk about. We already talked about Robyn introducing us to Askale at her embezzle factory. I'm really generous by calling it a factory. All right? I'm being generous.
That's suspicious. That's weird.
Oh, and again, talking about Wen. So Wen comes to this meeting and she's wearing heels. You remember the tea in regards to Wen coming back? They said she's got to upgrade her fashions and blah, 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 blah. She's showing up in, heels and whatnot. She's supposed to be working at embezzle. All right. But that's also where Robyn is sort of like, why is Wendy defending Karen? And why didn't she have Giselle's back? Because she's not doing blind loyalty like you are. But she is in some ways. I can't with Wen. I wanted to really like Wendy this season, but damn. That's my moon water, y'all. I hope y'all made moon water this past weekend. We had a full moon in Aquarius. Shout out to all the Aquarius. It's a Leo season. All right. Okay, let's get into this. I'm going to bring up some callers because I know you guys have thoughts. Before we do that, when you send me money, come on. Toya, thank you so much for the super chat. Yes. Toya says this. Did anyone catch Wendy saying she's struggling to come up with $20K to start her candle business, let alone the $40K Karen suggested she have? I did notice that. And I'm like, okay, she's only a professor. We already know they don't pay teachers enough. And she does political commentary. That's not a big money maker. And based on the rumors, you may have seen the video that I did on this several weeks ago, that she's not being paid a lot to be on Potomac. I forgot. I think it was like $2,700 per episode or something like that. It's not a lot. Thanks, Danielle, for the reminder. Assistant professor. Damn, y'all are so shady. Speaking of Danielle. Danielle?
You know I've been waiting for 9:30 to come for that link to drop because oh my goodness, I got so much to say about these heifers tonight.
Mind you, you are from this area. Well, you're from Potomac. Wait, are you from Potomac? No, you're from the DMV.
Yes, born and raised DC. I've only lived outside of DC for college. Potomac is a suburb of DC. It's in Maryland, not in DC. So let me not say it's a suburb of DC. It's a suburb in Maryland.
Okay.
But yeah.
Okay. So, okay, what were your immediate thoughts from this episode?
It was a good episode. Immediately, it was a good episode. Wendy and Candace had me yelling at the TV. My text messages are going off. I got 500 different conversations because we're all like, here go Candace with that goddamn Kleenex crying again because she's a spoiled brat. Why did Candace
cry this episode?
She did too when she sat down with Karen because she wanted Karen to apologize. She sat there with her little napkin, her little Kleenex, and put it in her eyes because her tears were coming. And she said it. She was like, I need an apology from Karen. Why? And I appreciate the fact that Karen is standing her ground. Karen said that she and Monique were wrong, so she was going to stay neutral. What is wrong with that, Candace? Respect it.
She's a Taurus like me, twerking on the fence.
Okay, you and this twerking. But no, real talk. If we think about, and I don't want to go too much into last season. If we think about the actions that led up to the Candace and Monique thing, Candace is just as wrong, and she doesn't want to admit that. At least Monique came back and apologized for her part of it. Not that she apologized for all of it, because she meant some of it, which is fine. But Candace hasn't taken ownership of anything. She doesn't own the fact that she runs her mouth too much. And if you remember where all of this started, the season before that, when Monique was pregnant, when they got into that argument at the cookout, when they had on little checkerboard shirts and stuff, Monique was trying to help Candace because Candace was getting into it with, I think it was Karen at that time. And Monique was like, that's when she was like, I'll drag you pregnant at all. But Monique had gotten fed up because she was trying to help Candace dig herself out of her own hole, and Candace wasn't listening. That's why Monique said I would drag. Candace needs to shut up and sit down somewhere. I'm already sick of her. The fact that
I need to rewatch that scene. I think I just sort of like blanked out.
The fact that she feels like someone needs to owe her an apology for how they feel about a situation is not cool. I don't owe you an explanation on anything about my feelings. Karen is entitled to feel the way she feels. And yes, Candace is a Karen. Karen is entitled to feel the way she feels, and she's riding with it, and I appreciate it. She was in a sticky situation where she was friends with both of them, and she chose not to take a side. It's nothing wrong with that.
And it wasn't like she was saying, you're completely wrong, Candace, like some people were saying during that time.
Nope, she sure wasn't. She just said, and she kept her. I appreciate Karen because she sat them both down last season and talked them both separately and expressed her feelings about both of their parts in the situation.
Yeah.
Monique received it. Candace didn't.
Yeah. Thank you, Crystal, for the super chat. Thank you again for the great tea. I appreciate you supporting the channel with the super chat. Thank you to my mods that are already in the chat. See you all. I'm gonna bring up another caller, Shantae. Shantae, another DMV person. What was your reaction to tonight's episode?
Oh boy.
Oh, really?
So who can I get out the way before I go in? Let's see. Well, Candace and the pocket square tissue. I can't with Kleenex entering the chat every damn week. I just cannot.
This was the first week.
But I'm with her though, usually, anytime she's been on. You know, it's like how many different ways can Karen explain she was neutral? She was neutral. She didn't go writing a letter to the court. She didn't go choosing sides and having lunch with Monique and Kiki and about what happened. She said, I want to be neutral because both of those ladies were her friends. She genuinely liked them both. Why should she have to choose one side over the other? And Candace is just that brat that never grew up, and she just will never see her wrong. Like y'all were saying, she'll never see how she was wrong. So at this point, I'm hoping she can actually do what she says she's going to do and just drop it and let it go. But we know Candace won't do that. And as for Robyn and Juan, that was a little cringy. Seeing him tell her, like, I'm sick of this. I'm like, oh, damn. Okay, Juan, how you really feel?
Do you believe it, though? Do you believe this storyline? I mean, I believe they might be sick of her.
I have no reason not to. But like I said, just not giving us more. She can, and I like Robyn. She really can be a friend of, really. She could have just come back as a friend of. But then as we've been seeing, though, the friend of seems to have more time than the actual housewife. Like on Beverly Hills. Kathy's got more time than Dorita, looks like. They should have just switched them around. So
Yeah, but you know what it is? They're not showing their daily lives with their family. So
Right.
that's the difference with Kathy, and it's probably I'm hoping we get to see a little bit more of Askale, because based on what we've heard, she seems to bring a lot, and she should have been a housewife.
Yeah. Because right now I can't really say whether or not I do like her or not. The jury's still out on her.
Mm-hmm.
Ashley, very bland, nothing. But she's pregnant, so we'll give her a pass this week. Um, just this week, because once she drops that baby, she's gonna go back to her old ways of being messy.
But you saw the conversation that that Ashley and Giselle had, and Giselle always talking about people's relationships. She brings up, does Ashley fear that Michael might want to stray again? Why would you bring that up to a pregnant woman?
Well, it's Ashley though. Ashley talks about anything and everything, so it seems like everything's open with Ashley. So, she ain't like everybody else. You can ask Ashley anything; it ain't no big deal. Now, as for Mia opening up, I was kind of not really taken aback, but I was kind of scratching my head when she said, well, they called him up and told him I serve good drinks. They called up your future husband to tell you that you serve good drinks. Now, do they do that for any of the other bartenders / dancers where you was working? Call up a certain man and tell me you serve good drinks. Not, and I like Mia, but I'm just like, okay, what's up with that little tidbit? Because me, I listen and I catch every little thing. I catch all the little things. So I'm like,
You're
okay,
right.
they called him up, you put on a gown and went and sat and talked to him, and you wasn't serving drinks no more. But it's like you said, everybody needs to come up. So I'm not mad at her. I'm not mad at her.
Go ahead, Danielle.
It might depend on how much he spent previously. Like if he was one of their regulars who spent good money,
right?
And now they have some new faces in the club that they're trying to bring back. Well, they brought new faces in of new energy and new looks, trying to bring their regulars back. So if you have like your VIP regulars, it's part of marketing. You're going to call them back and, hey, we got some new faces. We got some new girls in. We hope to see you soon. And that could have been the phone call. But of course, that make it seem like it's more in her favor that they called him just for her. But she probably wasn't the only new hire, the only new face. She was probably one of maybe 4 or 5. And he probably was a big time spender at that bar. And they were trying to get him back and like, hey, we got some new girls in. Come on back and check us out.
That too, but that's
why were you able to explain that so well, Danielle?
That still had me scratching my head. That still had me scratching my head wondering. But Wendy just, I said before, take it down 1,000. She might just need to take it down, period, because I'm not understanding why she's going so hard at Mia. I mean, did Eddie go visit the strip club where she used to work at some time a long time ago? What happened? Does she look like one of the women he allegedly cheated with?
We were speculating that last week.
Yeah, because I'm thinking right now, okay, Wendy, you're just doing too damn much. I need it for her. That whole Zen win. I'm like, you got 4 degrees and you clearly don't know the definition of Zen because that wasn't it. And then I'm serious. I'm serious. Hey, whatever. And then on top of that,
I didn't understand that particular scene. I didn't understand what she was saying. I'm Zen Wen, but then seems like she was flipping out.
Cause she went from 0 to 60 so fast. I'm like, girl, you could have left that monologue in the bathroom mirror. That was just that. No, ma'am. She should have been gone.
Amanda, I love this comment. Subscribers only is my new favorite thing. Thanks for loving us back, Kemp. Thank you. I love that. I love that. Grandma Scary, thank you so much for the super chat. Let me, yes. Okay. Let me take a couple of other calls. Ladies, stay on the line, okay? Okay. Cephas, I'm going to bring you up.
Hey, Kempire. How are you doing?
I'm well. How are you?
I'm doing well. Can you hear me?
Yep.
All right. So I just wanted to talk about Askale, Candace, and Wendy.
Okay.
So with Askale, I'm liking her so far. I mean, she's really the definition of Zen Wen, and Wendy should be taking notes from her. I hope that Askale doesn't become Robyn's replacement, kind of like Bronwyn and Noella over at Orange County.
Mhm.
That's what it seems like.
I'm hoping.
Yeah, I think Robyn just kind of put the nail in her own coffin. With Candace, we were on such great track. I mean, we were 3 episodes in, no tissue, and she brought that tissue out, and I can't tell, like, I fell out of my couch.
I literally missed it. I cannot believe I missed that. You know what it was? They were having that scene, and I was sort of like in and out taking notes, and I completely missed that really important part. I'm gonna have to watch it again. Not that I will watch it again.
I fell out. I was like, my God, I thought we were making progress. And with Wendy and both Karen, I actually like both of them this episode because it made them look really likable and humanistic. I think with Wendy, so far she's been like really unlikable because she tends to be putting on for no reason.
Yeah.
Like literally. But I really like that scene when she went to Karen about her business because it showed how humble she was, and it's like, hey, like I'm coming to you with open arms and I'm trying to, you know, branch out with my business. And for those of you in the chat who are saying assistant professors don't get paid well, speaking from an assistant professor myself, you get paid pretty well.
Okay, see this. Let's go with the tea.
No, especially if she's been at Johns Hopkins for like 5-6 years, and then you get.
Like, I have to correct you. The John Hopkins.
Boy,
that's okay. Dr. Wendy.
Listen, okay, so but anyway, like you get like a 12% increase like every year you're there. So she's making a decent amount of money, and then with the Potomac check as well, like she's making enough to drop that 40K. She just has to invest in herself.
But you saw her face, right? It seemed like she's like, where am I gonna find that money?
In her pocket.
Well, I have to say this though. Just because someone may have, even if they were a celebrity, we know plenty of celebrities that should have money, but because of their spending habits, they don't.
Right, and also with each episode, another YouTuber was breaking it down that just to show an appearance on an episode, like you have to pay for wardrobe, hair, makeup, transportation, and then if you're like hosting an event, that's easily, you know, $1,000 to $1,500 that you're dropping per episode. So yeah, it does become like a really expensive investment, but you know, she should think about her future. That's what I would say.
Wait, when you say she should think about her future, what are you trying to say?
Like this reality TV, it only takes you so far and for so long. And you know, we've seen across many of the franchises that women will literally just be there for a season or two. So she shouldn't just put all of her eggs in her basket, just, you know, being a housewife, but, you know, really look at women like, you know, Bethany and other women who like have had like really successful businesses on the show, which kind of brings me to Robyn and her hat line. And I just feel like it seems like a gimmick. It seems like a gimmick. And it seems like, you know, because of women like Bethany and who's the woman from OC, like the original
Vicky Gunvalson?
Vicky Gunvalson. I think between Vicky and Bethany, it seems like they've laid out the blueprint for every other housewife to come out with a line or some sort of entrepreneurial endeavor every season, and it just comes across as not only a trope but really contrived. And if you're not an entrepreneur, like, just don't even bother putting yourself out there like that. And that's just kind of like the vibe I get from Robyn. It's like it's a very niche type of product she's trying to do. Maybe like the women in her chat feel differently, but it just seems very sort of like a one-trick pony.
See, I have to point out in Robyn's defense, she went from her, you know, doing this hat embezzle business from her home to a whole factory-like area. So business must be up.
It must be. I mean, we'll see after the season, but like I said, it just seems like it's something that every housewife has to come into each season with, like with a new business. And then it also doesn't help that Bravo takes a percentage of their profit, so it incentivizes them to come out with these businesses every season, because not only does it line Bravo's pocket, but also it becomes leverage for them when they go for their contracts the following season, you know? So it just, but from the consumer's side, it just seems like a one-off trick every season. I mean, look at Giselle and her makeup. She came up with that like one season. We haven't heard from it since. And then, you know,
I was excited for Giselle when she came out with that makeup line.
Right.
I don't know why I'm excited. I wasn't getting anything from it.
And then the last point I wanted to make was about Wendy and her hateration for Mia. It's funny because we were talking about it your last video, and I remember clicking off of the StreamYard, and then the thought just hit me afterwards, and I was like mad at myself. But I think part of the reason why Wendy feels some type of way about Mia is because she feels as though Mia needs to acquiesce towards her because, hey, like I've been here for a season. I mean, in her mind, I think she thinks she's an OG, and Mia needs to bow down to her, and it doesn't quite work like that.
You think Wendy thinks that she really is like an OG?
I think, I don't know what her thought process is, but it just seems as though she feels as though Mia needs to sort of like kiss her ring and bow down to her, and if she, whatever she says, she needs to acquiesce because she's been there longer than Mia, and that's not really how it works. And then on top of that, last video people were talking about colorism and maybe her looks, but I think also going off of the looks as well, with Wendy, you know, she's coming from academia and she's coming from smarts and brains and, you know, people being impressed by that aspect of her life. And when you're in reality TV and when, you know, it becomes about like your camera presence, your charisma, your appearance, etc. And her brains really go out it just goes out the window, you know? Yeah. So I think that's where her frustration is coming from. And that also explains the cosmetic procedures as well, because they literally came out of nowhere. And if you remember back from like Real Housewives season 9, when they had the reunion, Andy Cohen was like, you know, amazed by how none of the Black women have had as much surgery as their white counterparts. And that's also true with Potomac. So it's just kind of funny how Wendy came out of nowhere with like all these, you know, breasts and butt, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, you know?
Yeah. I mean, it looks good. It's good work.
It's great work. And I really like her second confessional look. It's actually reminding me of Garcelle's second one too, when she had like the blue hair and like the sparkly blue outfit.
I don't like Garcelle's, but
I actually like it. I like how the hair and the outfit match. But yeah, that's all I have to say about this episode. I'm really liking it so far. They're really bringing it. And yeah, that's all I have to say.
Cephas, we appreciate you as always. Thank you for calling in.
Absolutely. And thank you for having me.
Of course. Guys, if you're watching this, we have almost 500 people in the chat. It is subscribers only chat tonight. Last week it was members only. This week is subscribers only. Next week, who knows? Don't forget, I will be doing a live recap here on the Kempire Daily YouTube channel with Layla Lynn TV and The Grace Report tomorrow at 1:30 p.m. Eastern. Since we were talking about Mia, I wanted to bring this up. Mia, and since we were talking about Dr. Wendy and her candles, they've been going back and forth on social media since last Sunday. I don't know what they've been doing since, but they've been going back and forth. The whole stripper situation was revealed this episode, but Wendy revealed it on her social media way before this episode, okay? So Mia is coming out with her own candles. Yes. While Dr. Wendy is trying to launch her candle situation, when Karen asked her, like, who's your audience? It seemed as if she didn't know what she's like, you know what? I'm going to do candles. And I'm going to come up with, I want to be the Black Martha Stewart. I said, Wendy, the Black Martha Stewart? All right, let me just show you this. The thing is with Mia, and Mia is showing us so many different levels. Look, she's showing us that she had a path. She's showing us this episode that, you know, she grew up in, you know, with two parents that were drug addicts and, you know, being left, being taken away from her mother and the complicated relationship that she has with her mom, to moving from being in the strip club to going into marrying this man and running his businesses. And she has other businesses outside the chiropractic world. And this is one of them. This whole beauty line thing that she has going on. Well, she already has these going on. Don't F with me candles. Who's getting one? Karma is a biatch. And as you guys can see my little comment here, oh, Mia, you are going to be a great housewife. I didn't even realize my comment was showing. Oh, Mia, you really are going to be a great housewife. I'm going to take some more callers so we can round out this conversation. If you're just joining us, we're recapping we're doing a light recap of tonight's episode of The Real Housewives of Potomac, and they are bringing it. They are bringing it, and it's really Wendy versus Mia. Zen Wen went out the window. She was like, tick-tock. And then Giselle and Robyn were like, Wendy, you're not listening to what she's saying. And then Wendy's like, y'all ain't loyal to me. She's playing you guys for a fool. She's talking about you one way in your face and one way in the other way. I don't know whose side I'm on. I'm on Karen's side. Oh, they're minding our business, looking at you fools go back and forth. All right, let's take some callers. Maja, I'm going to bring you up. Hold on 1 second. Hey. Maja, you're muted. Okay. Tried. Dare you now? I'm going to bring you up.
Hey, how you doing tonight?
Long time no speak, dare you now?
I know, right, from earlier today. But I have some thoughts. Did you catch Robyn explaining her hat business line is on Posh?
Oh.
Did you hear? Yeah, did you hear that part?
I completely missed it. I think when Robyn comes on, I sort of like wah 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 wah.
Well,
sorry.
What I don't like is she's playing like this mental health thing, like she's depressed or it's nothing to do. But if your line is on Posh and you having these orders, you have to push like 400 or 500 orders a day. What's really good? Like, are you just lazy, mom, and you just tired and overworked? Or you really going through something mentally and you cannot juggle, your warehouse situation, your hats, and your personal life? That's one thing. And then the next thing, Ashley knew a little bit too much about, how the little strip club works. She went into a little too much detail.
Look, so did Danielle. I just assume there are a lot of ladies that like to go to the strip club with their men.
Okay, maybe Danielle was a customer. I don't think Ashley was a customer though. I think that was her past life.
You think Ashley was a stripper?
I don't think she was a stripper. I think she was more than a stripper. I think she probably was in that escort scene. That's probably how she got Mr. Clean Man. I'm sorry.
Michael?
Yeah, Michael. Yeah.
Oh my God.
She didn't go into. Danielle spoke as a customer. Ashley spoke as a worker.
You know what? I can't stand you right now. Okay.
I'm just saying. Well, what else? Wendy with the Zen. When I drunk every time she said that, and I am so tipsy. Okay.
Oh my God! Wait, are you tipsy?
Yes. Every time she said it, I drunk. I was like, she said,
"Oh Lord, I can't."
I was taking it to the back. I was taking it to the head every time she said it so much because she was so bothered. Zen people do not argue. I don't know no Zen person argue. None.
I mean, you can be Zen and argue, but it just didn't make sense for her saying I'm Zen when and then tick tock. I was like, girl.
Yeah, because she got time. So tick tock. That's what she's saying. So she got time. But Zen people really don't have time. They too mellow. They too mellow and chill to have that type of time. I think
I just want to say thank you to Leda for the super chat. Go to Shimmy. She says, love your channel and commentary, Kempire. Did you happen to see the photo of Michael that's floating around IG at a club with a woman? Oh, I knew it was too good to be true. But she needs a storyline. Her storyline this season so far has gotten us bored, and it's sad. It's really sad. Thank you again later for the tea. It's sad that we need Michael to cheat in order for her to have a storyline.
I'm about sick of this.
You're a mess. There you go. Any other thoughts before I let you go?
No, that's it. That's all I could think of. I was just waiting for next week. And Giselle, she give me Once Upon a Time, the evil queen. I always compare her to that person. I don't know why. She just give me evil. Why she would leave something she threw early? That's what.
But then I was reminded that Karen did the same thing last season.
Oh, you know what? She sure did. Okay,
but she was Giselle's supposedly throwing this party for someone else. At least Karen left her own party.
Right. She left her own party. That's different. I leave my own party too. But Giselle really left that girl and everybody. She left everybody.
Oh, Lord. There you now. Thank you so much for calling.
You're welcome.
You guys are a mess. Kaza, thank you so much for the super chat. Yes. Okay. Kaza says this: if Ashley was a stripper, then she couldn't be Miss DC. The Miss America organization has rules against state winners in adult entertainment. They need to change those rules. I'm just saying. Come on. That seems a little prejudiced to me. All right. Anyways, guys, we have almost 500 people in the chat. Like this video if you haven't liked it already. We've already posted the call-in link. We're going to take some more callers, and then we're going to wrap out this conversation because we're going to talk about this again tomorrow here on the channel with Layla Lynn TV and The Grace Report. Okay. Piscean Beauty says, y'all just look for reasons to get on Giselle. Not me. I'm not really talking about Giselle this episode. I have to say, Giselle really didn't have a lot to say about this episode. All right, let me take some callers. Sin, as in C-I-N. I'm going to bring you up. Hey.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yes.
Hey, Kempire. I love watching your show. You're like my guilty pleasure. So I'm happy to, be talking to you.
I love that.
I just want to say something. I mean, am I the only Wendy stan in here? Because I like her. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like last season was her first season and she just had a baby like a month and a half ago. She probably wasn't as secure as she wanted to be. It's a new thing to be on television and things like that. So, I feel like we need to cut her a little bit of slack.
Okay.
This season she's coming out more. She's pushing her chest out a little bit.
I mean, in all fairness, though, this is not really her first time on TV. She's been a political comment. I know it's different, but
that's true. That's true. But, that's a whole different field from reality television, mingling with different women and things like that. So that's just my take on it. So I'm Team Wendy,
And you know what? And that's what I love about our audience. You can be team whoever you want. And I love hearing, and I love when you guys call in and represent for your people.
Yes, yes. And, I'm not like an immigrant or anything, but my parents are Haitian. So I kind of feel her on that. I was born in America, Brooklyn. Hey, but I kind of feel her on that sense,
Mm-hmm.
So with Candace, I feel like people are forgetting that her issue with Karen is also, you remember when Karen at the reunion, they touched upon the incident where Karen called the execs on her about a text.
Called HR.
Yes, exactly. Threatening her job and stuff. So, I mean, you threatening my coin. So I'm going to have some beef with you. You know what I mean? So that's kind of like some unspoken beef that maybe Candace is still holding on to also, along with the Monique situation.
Especially when she has to take care of this husband in this house.
I mean, that's true. That's true. I love Askale. Is that her name?
Yes.
I love her name.
Me too. And I love her fashion.
Yes, she was okay. I was like, okay, she's I feel like she needs to be a housewife, by Robyn. I mean, it's kind of shady that they friends and stuff, but she can bring her on as a friend for next season.
Well, I don't even know. Did we even get the depth of their friendship from this episode? I don't think so. I don't know if they even knew each other. I think they just chose Robyn to be the one to bring her on, to bring on her replacement.
Yeah. kind of like a Fallon Portia type of thing, I guess. They say, you know, who would you like to bring? Because I don't even feel like Robyn even knows somebody that hip. You know what I mean?
Damn, Robyn.
I'm just saying. So, anyways, Mia, I really do like her, but in my opinion, I feel like she's not as transparent or as real as people may think. There's just something about her that doesn't ring true with me. I agree
with that.
I do like her, but I can't pinpoint what it is. I feel like
she couldn't pinpoint her age, so that makes sense.
Exactly. I feel like she's a smooth 43. You know, her face is not as smooth, but you know. And I feel like this episode was pretty good. I enjoyed it. The beef with Karen and Giselle's kind of getting old, but I feel like I like that they're playing on other situations, and we can see different depths of different relationships within this episode. So yeah, that was my take on it.
And I appreciate it, and thank you for coming in and representing for the Wendy stands.
Thank you. Talk to you soon.
Bye. Toy, I'm gonna bring you up. Guys, again, don't forget, if you haven't already, subscribe to my podcast, Kempire Radio. Yes, I've been off for like 2 weeks, but don't forget, there's still a lot of content there for you guys and a lot of tea that I don't share on any of my other platforms. So subscribe to Kempire Radio on all podcast platforms. I'm going to bring up Toya for a quick comment. Hey, Toya.
Hey, how are you?
I'm well. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. So I just want to say I did not like Wendy last season at all. She really rubbed me the wrong way. This season, so far, I've liked her. But I feel like she's just going way too hard on Mia.
Yeah.
It's just too much. And I just kept asking myself, is it me? Do I not understand what Zen means? Because I think Zen is calm, I'm cool, you're not gonna take me there. And Wendy just kept going and kept going. I'm like, girl, no.
If anything, Mia was more Zen.
Yes, she really was. And then the other thing about this whole Wendy Mia thing that's confusing me, right, is so the issue started with her saying that Giselle had a good heart.
Yes.
And Wendy saying, why did you not have your friends back? But was she trying to write for Karen? Was Wendy trying to write for Karen more than Giselle? I just didn't understand that part. Because now that she's having an issue with Mia, now she's saying the girls are not having her back. You know, she's confused, I think, and she's really, God, Wendy, I'm really trying to like her.
We all are.
I really am, because she's a beautiful lady, and I really love what she did with her boobies and her butt. She really looks good. She did something to her face. She really, really looks good. But her actions, man, she just needs to get it together, find another way of staying relevant on the show, because this for me is not working.
Yeah.
I really like the new lady, I forgot her name. Is it Skylar?
Askale?
Yes. She is gorgeous. Oh my God, she's beautiful. She is totally a housewife. Yes, they should do away with Robyn and just bring her on full.
And she's married. She's married and she has kids.
Oh, she is? Okay, that's even better. So Robyn, I think, should just, next season probably just keep her as a friend, just for her to have a job. But yeah, that lady, she's gorgeous. Karen and Candace. I didn't quite understand what that whole thing just confused me, because what is Candace expecting? She's not Karen's not going to change her mind and now say, I regret what I did. She had every right to be, to stay neutral. Candace for me is just like, girl, let's just let it go.
Yeah.
And let's just move on. Giselle, I hate to say this because I really don't like her, but I really feel bad for her.
Why?
I do. Last week she said Jamal lives in the phone, and that's exactly what Karen's been saying all along. So I really feel bad for her. I really don't like her. I mean, she just irritates me, but I feel so bad for her. I wish she would every episode have her girls on, because when she has her kids on the show, it shows the softer side of her, and she's more interesting than when she
Mhm.
goes at people's husbands. One last thing I wanted to point out: this whole thing of age shaming really, really irritates me. These were, first of all, Candace's husband. You cannot even compare Chris's status to Mia's husband,
Mm.
because those are just two different levels. So if they're gonna keep coming at, oh, this old geezer, which,
That I
like,
did
come on.
sort of like I sat up and I said, "Ooh, why would y'all say it like that?"
Like, if Mia had said something about Chris, oh, that broke ass what, would she like it? No, she wouldn't. These girls need to stop with the whole age shaming thing.
Yeah.
And I just want to say too that I can relate with Mia about the whole forgetting your age thing. Listen, when you pass 32, you forget how old you are. I
Oh.
swear to God. Forget. Sometimes I forget. I have to count back and say, "Oh, I was born this year. Okay, so this minus this. Okay, that's my age." I get it. The girl forgot. Let's give her a break.
That's suspicious. That's weird.
I swear to God, you do forget. But anyway,
Thank you, Toya. Okay, why 32? That's what I should have asked Toya. Why 32? Why that point? We have over 400 something people in the chat. Like this video if you haven't liked it already. Don't forget, tomorrow we will be doing our official recap where the chat will be open to everyone to be a part of. And my special guest will be Layla Lynn TV and The Grace Report. So make sure that you guys are here at 1:30 p.m. Eastern. Be on time, because always on time. Okay, guys, let's round out this conversation. I'm going to get another quick comment from Justin. What's going on, Justin?
Hi,
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm well.
Okay, I have so many questions about this whole episode. Like, okay, so let me start with the Karen and Candace thing. Candace, her dispensary napkins, I can't with her because I don't get what she really wants from Karen. Nobody does. Candace is such a pick me yes person. Like, if y'all look back over the seasons, Candace gets so mad when people are not a yes person all the time. Because if
Mm.
you saw in season 4, when they were at the barbecue, when Monique was telling Candace you was going so hard on Ashley, and she didn't want to admit it, and she got mad at Monique, was like jumping down her throat, like,
Justin,
what?
everyone's saying they can't hear you. Can you speak up a little bit?
Oh, can you hear me better? Can you hear me now?
I didn't notice the change, but okay, keep going.
Oh, okay. But like, she was like, when Monique was when Candace was like, you don't even like Ashley, so why are you even defending her? And I remember sitting here like, why are you being so hard? Monique's just telling you when you're wrong. Candace does not like when you're wrong. When you're telling her when she's wrong, she gets irritated. She gets mad about it. That's just like last season when Robyn was going against Giselle, and
Mm.
then when Robyn went against Giselle, Giselle was like, "No, just stay on my side. Just stand on my side." I'm like, "No, friends tell each other when you're wrong.
No.
If you're somebody's real friend, they tell you when you're wrong." And I don't really see what Karen did was wrong with this whole thing. And then the fact that people hate on Wendy and Karen's new relationship, I'm actually kind of liking it.
Me too. I do kind of like Wendy and Karen coming together. I just didn't expect Wendy to be coming after Mia this season.
Right. And then when Robyn was like, "You're defending the same woman who didn't see it for you last year," Robyn, shut up. You don't even know when your own wedding is. Like, you stay over there. Like, deal with your issues or whatever you got going on in your household. Like, no. Because it's weird, because I'm like, why are you hating on Wendy and Karen being friends? Because it's funny, because when Wendy on today's episode was like, "You're not showing any loyalty to me. You guys are not showing." What did you expect? They weren't going to show any loyalty to you. They don't like you.
Oh, damn.
They don't like you at all. They're only liking you just because they just needed you last season, and now they don't need you. So of course, and as soon as that episode comes, some people, when before the season even started, didn't feel sorry for Wendy when she was going at Giselle, just
Mm.
because they were like, "Well, Monique and Karen tried to tell you, and you didn't want to listen, and now it's your husband being bring into the mix. Now you want to try to get all mad." Now I have a question for you. Now, when in the trailer, in the season 6 trailer, when Wendy said I'm gonna light you up, they were like, oh, but now you're threatening. Now you're making now you're aggressive. But you told Monique not to run around the bar and talk about. You're telling you're gonna kill Candace. Hypocrisy at its finest. Because I don't really feel sorry for Wendy about this Giselle thing. Just because we warned you, we told you about it, and you just didn't listen. Now you're getting your karma. I'm happy for her going in on Giselle though. It's gonna be funny, but I don't feel sorry for Wendy. Like, and this whole Wendy and Mia thing. With Mia, I'm a little on the fence with her. Like because it's like her flip flopping a little bit because you don't know somebody. Yeah, you can get to know people, but like if you're my friend, you're not gonna be having fun with the enemy.
Yeah.
And then one more thing is that when people are like, why did people were like in the first episode, we all saw when Karen walked into that house, she didn't acknowledge Giselle. She didn't say anything to Giselle. Karen wasn't paying attention in your mind, but Giselle was like, I'm gonna just spray you with your truth. And just Karen warned you, I don't want to go there with you. Don't do it with me. And what did Giselle do? She went in on her. So you don't expect Karen to have a comeback for her? You don't expect that? Like, I don't get how people don't understand it. People were like, Karen started that with Giselle going in on her for no reason. Did y'all not see that Giselle was just talking about? So you didn't expect, because both of them know what the bodies are buried. They both know each other for a long time. And I can't wait until Robyn gets hers one day. Because
we shall see, Justin. Thank you so much for calling in. I appreciate it.
Yeah, I will follow you. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, guys. All right, I want to round out this conversation, but before we do that, thank you, Toya, for the super chat. She says, did anyone notice that Kwan's side of the bed looked like no one had slept on it? It was way too neat. I doubt they sleeping in the same bed. And when you say Kwan and you got me confused, you mean Juan. Now I got to go back and look. Oh, man. It wouldn't surprise me. We already know what the writing is on the wall for this relationship. Thanks, Danielle. All right, I want to round out this conversation. If you're just joining us, we're talking about the Real Housewives of Potomac. A quick subscribers-only chat. If you're not a subscriber, you should have subscribed. Then you would have been able to participate in the chat. Don't forget, you're also getting daily and consistent hot topics in music, entertainment, reality TV, and more. After the live, go check out what you missed this week. There was a lot of tea that happened this week, so be sure to check that out as well. TikTok, thank you so much for being here as well. I'm going to bring up the customer. Shantae, dare you now. I want to take some last minute callers. Okay, we'll start with Danielle, the customer.
Call me customer one more again here.
What are your last minute thoughts on this?
Okay, so a few things. The caller after us said that Bethany and Vicky were the only ones who used this platform to start a business. We got to remember, Vicky came to Housewives with her insurance company already in play. Did she grow it while on Housewives? Yes. And I think that's what most people fail to realize. You're supposed to use this platform to start something to grow. And most women try to. A lot of women, each season, we see them throw noodles to the wall to see what's going to stick. And look at Cynthia. Cynthia has tried something new every single season. And now I don't know.
The model agency is still around. Remember, we read the Google reviews.
Okay. So anywho, back to Potomac. I really hope we get an understanding of what Wendy's issue is with Mia. But here's what keeps confused. Every time Wendy talks about her project, we're going to call it, or her hobby, it makes me think of Monique, because Monique started, what's the word that Wendy always uses? Because when Monique talks about her oil line, Wendy uses the same word that Monique uses when she talks about her oil line. So every time Wendy says whatever that word is, it makes me think, oh, you stole this from Monique.
Essentials?
Essentials, yes.
Oh.
Yes, because remember.
Yeah, I thought that too.
Look, in all fairness, that word has been used by multiple businesses.
No, not saying that, but just on this franchise platform, when I hear essentials, it makes me think of Monique because she always said my essential oils, I live with essential oil. Even before she started her oil line, she was like, I live by essential oils. I know I'm leaving these kids with Chris, and Chris not going to do the essential oil regimen. Like that was what we heard from her all the time. So, and then I pulled up Wendy's profile on.
Here you go.
On what's that school? John Hopkins.
The John Hopkins. Y'all better get it right.
Child, that's right up the beltway, somewhere up 95. John Hopkins. Wendy's education is in education. Remember how last season Karen kept saying she's a doctor of what? She's a doctor of education. Her degrees are in the field of education. Not saying that, so that let me back up. That makes me feel a little sympathy for, empathy rather, on why she didn't know how to do a business plan. And she only had her first paragraph done. Because I was kind of caught off guard with that too. When she's told Karen she had her first paragraph. I'm like, lady, you got 4 degrees and you don't know how to write a business plan. But her education isn't in business, it's in education. So I'm gonna let her go with that one. And then as far as her not being able to come up with her 20,000, now 40,000, we can't forget she still has her student debt. She and Eddie both have over $1 million of student debt. And St. J and I were just talking about this in the comments. She's probably making just enough or paying on it just enough so she doesn't get in trouble. As far as going through collections or the government, however that works, I don't know. But I really can't wait to see. And I want Giselle and Karen to fix it. Because to me, yes, it's fun to watch them bicker, but at the same time, it kind of gets old like Portia and Kenya. Okay. Even when they were friends, they would bicker, but it was just like little jabs here and there. I think I enjoyed that, the jabs here and there, as opposed to the actual digs that they're going with each other. Because to me, neither one of them makes sense. Karen said last season her and Ray weren't in a good space sexually, and we do recognize this age difference between them. He might have to take a couple of blue diamonds periodically to keep up with Karen. And we already know that Jamal lives in the phone and Giselle has a new man every season. And I just want them to fix it. Candace, she can go. Go get your promotions with Kleenex and go get your business with Kleenex. And I don't have the mental capacity to deal with Candace this season. It's too much. She's too much. It's too much. I'm Team Mia all day, every day. And you gonna stop calling Robyn's hats embezzled when it's embellished.
Okay. Have a great night, Danielle. Thanks for calling in. I said what I said.
Business.
Yeah, give her a little bit of credit. She's booming. The business is booming. She said it on social media and here. She's using her friend's space right now because the business is booming. That's great. As far as her and Juan, we do know that they probably not sleeping in the same bed because he probably didn't even come home last night. He probably came home just in enough time.
You really, I said a quick comment and you're still talking. Now then you took up everyone else's time and I have to end the line. No. Shantae, quick comment.
Yeah, Wendy just needs to figure out who and what she wants to be. I think she's just in that anomie part where she's just like, you know what, my 4 degrees don't satisfy me. You know, I love being a wife and a mom, but I need something more. And I think she's going through it emotionally and mentally, and she just doesn't know how else to let it out. And she's just letting out on people who just don't deserve it. And I'm telling you, women like her, they're going to come across the wrong one and get their little feelings hurt. And it's like somebody said, she's got all this debt, but she's getting plastic surgery. So I'm hoping, like somebody said, she's just paying on it to stay out of trouble because it don't make no sense. The math ain't mathing with all of that.
I just want to respond to this comment. Y'all remember the episode where it was revealed that she was more white than black? We'll move on. Continue.
Stop. But yeah, and to piggyback off of what Danielle said, I'm gonna need Karen and Giselle to come with something new. Either move past it or just be cordial, because it just is no longer a good look. You know, and I really do think Karen's going easy on Giselle, considering what we've heard her say thus far. I
Yeah.
really do think she's going easy on her because we know Karen can go harder.
Yeah.
And Candace, yeah, she needs to go. We don't even need her as a friend. I want her gone. Get her off my TV. Don't want to see the Kleenex no more. Don't want to see her no more. Tired of hearing her crying. Sing a different song, boo. Just do it off my television. Mia, still team Mia all day. I will gladly buy her candles. And I'm just curious as to why Wendy's candles aren't even on her website. If you notice that, I don't know.
It's not an official business yet.
So okay, so she's just like Karen in the discovery phase. Because she didn't even say that. I mean, she really does need to get more than a paragraph of business plan. I mean, and I will say this, it's not easy trying to start writing your business plan. I had to try to write my very first one 12 years ago. And I've rewritten it. I've written about 3 or 4 more since then because my business changes. You don't just do it one time. As your business grows, as your business changes, you got to really sit down and you got to reconfigure it. So if Wendy just gets started,
or you can pay someone to do it for you.
That too, but she done paid for plastic surgery. I don't think she's got the money to do that. So we just need for Wendy to figure out who she wants to be. Stop trying to slide into Sharon Osbourne's old seat through Twitter, thinking people gonna put you on a gas.
I remember that.
Stop trying to say you want to be the Black Martha Stewart and just figure out how you're gonna be Wendy. Because what we're getting right now ain't cute. It's not funny. It's irritating. So thank you for your service, man. Bye.
Oh, I can't with y'all. Thank you, Shantae. All right. Dare you now. Quick last comment, please.
I'll try to make it quick. I would think that Wendy would have used her degrees on this show, but no, she went booty backwards. I want Candace to come out. She went booty backwards. Instead of putting the money towards her business, she went and put the money towards her booty. But anyway, I want Candace to come out with a makeup wipes line because even though she cries so much, that makeup be laid with them tears. So that would be a good investment for her. I'm looking forward to see the relationship with Mia and Karen progress. I like Mia. That's about it. That's all I'm looking forward to. And the new girl, I cannot pronounce her name or remember it. Askale, her. She's so beautiful. Natural beauty. I'm looking forward to seeing her next week too.
Me too. Dare you now. Thank you so much for calling in. St. J, I'll give you the floor since you didn't, you were moderating.
Thank you. Honestly though, my only thought was, of course one side of the bed is made. He was up to let the cameras in. Somebody's got to be doing the thing while Robyn's laying there. And I would like to see Giselle and Karen be friends or be less enemies. I don't know. I would like, if they're going to fight this whole season, I want them to really come to some type of resolution at the end.
Based on what we're hearing, they don't.
They don't. I can tell. Yeah, they're not going to. But because it becomes too draining when okay, here we are. They're all together. Giselle and Karen are going to fight again. Okay, we got to sit through this. That's
at this party, though, they didn't fight.
And I like that because, with Portia and Kenya, inversely, they're just going to fight. Like, one's going to poke at the other one, and then it's a fight. I like Askale. I want to see more of her. I want to see more of what she has to offer. I don't mind Wendy. I can tell Wendy's trying to beef it up, similarly to how Leah is trying to beef it up in New York. And it is weird how fast they've changed from one season to another. And those are my thoughts. And I can't wait to watch you break it down with Layla and in the Grace Report tomorrow.
At 1:30 p.m. Eastern. Thank you, St. J, for calling in. All right, guys. I'm going to take one last caller. Caller, Melva, please make it quick. Please make it quick because it's late. I got to be up early in the morning. I got to recap 90 Day Fiance. I got to recap Potomac with my lady friends tomorrow. Let's make a quick comment. All right, Melva. What's going on, Melva?
Hi, thank you so much. Okay, to make it quick, I am very excited about this season, but I'm a little bit nervous because I don't like the way they did Monique. I really don't. And I wish Robyn would just be a leader. I don't like that she's attached herself to Giselle. I think it's an alliance, but I think it makes her look bad. I think she needs to separate because Giselle is bad news, in my opinion. I like Wendy. I think she's nervous. She made some changes, and I think we just got to kind of give her some time to kind of find her way. But the way she's going after Mia, it just looks like jealousy. Because when they were playing that game, she told her husband not to choose Mia. Yeah. When they asked the question, who are you most attracted to in the room? And so there's something going on there. I like Karen. She's a little quirky. She's OG, though. So I respect her. Candace, I'm over it. I'm over Candace. The crying, she takes no accountability whatsoever. Her mouth is vicious. And she's got to understand that everybody doesn't have the same discipline. And if it wasn't Monique, it would be somebody else. And I just think she needs to take responsibility and just grow up. And that's all I got to say. Thank you.
And I love it, Melva. Thank you so much for calling in.
Yes.
Guys, I appreciate you all being here for our subscribers only live chat, recapping the Real Housewives of Potomac. But tomorrow at 1:30 p.m. Eastern, Layla Lynn TV and The Grace Report will be here on the Kempire Daily YouTube channel, recapping Real Housewives of Potomac, because you now got to hear what the ladies have to say. I might have all new opinions. So make sure that you set your reminders once the link is available. And if you're not a part of my texting community, matter of fact, let me just put that up so that you guys can see it. Join my texting community at TextKempire.com. And also become a member of the Kempire Daily YouTube channel, where you get loyalty badges, you get emojis, custom emojis, and you get some really surprising perks. So shout out to all of our Team Kempire and Royal Court members. Appreciate you all supporting the channel. Shout out to everyone that sent in a super chat. Shout out to everyone. Shout out to all of our moderators, and shout out to all of our team members, as I said before. And shout out to everyone that called in. I hope you guys have a fantastic night. Let's just exit with some music. Thank you guys so much for being here, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Come on.